What up, what up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm J, and we are locked in. This is the recap for episode 2 of The Last of Us. And the last thing we seen was it looks like the vines, they done came through the pipes and they about to take over the city from the inside. And what are we doing right now? Well, we're getting prepared just in case the horde of these damn zombies pop up. Because right now we're hearing a lot of stuff on the underground that is crazy outside the wire. Now, before we jump into this and break down episode 2, if you like The Last of Us, if you like recaps, you want to have a little joke about the show, you want to just talk about things, then hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Make sure you hit that like button. And also pinned in the chat is the Discord. We got a nice community over there. You can come and talk about TV shows, movies, whatever you really want to talk about. But let's jump into it. This is episode 2, the recap of The Last of Us. And we just trying to make it to the end of the season. Starting off the episode, we get a little flashback. Now, we see a lady walking through the hallways with her gun on her. She has her medallion on, so you know what she's on. Now, as she's walking, you can hear a little beep in the hallway, a red exit sign, and then she turns around and it's a random woman. Wait a minute. It looks just like her, telling her don't go any further. Don't go in that room. There's a man in there, and let me just say that his intellectual brain is all over the floor. Now, she's telling this person, I don't know who you are. I'm not listening to you. And she continues on. Now, it turns out Abby was just dreaming, and she's a part of the Firefly group that came out here to try to find Joel. Now, remember, they just want to get him up out of here and rough him up a little bit. But when they look down at the village, well, where Joel and them are staying, this isn't a regular village. They got actual electricity, no generators, lights. They got running water. They really have a legitimate town. It's not a village. This is a legitimate town. Now, Abby is looking at it like, damn, we did not expect this. Now, her right-hand man says they got dogs down there. They got 4 entrances. That's the only way in. They got the electricity and they got an arsenal. So right now, they're trying to figure out what's their next move. And they don't even know where Joel is inside of this damn city. The next thing the Fireflies do is convince Abby to go do her little watch. Now, they got a little outpost that's a little ways up the hill so they can continue to watch. Now, they don't really have a plan to get into the village. So what they say is the plan is we convince Abby for us to go back. Because if we get into this town and we try to find out where Joel is, none of us are going to survive this. They're going to take all of us out if they know what we're doing. Now, Abby is out in the wilderness. It looks like a little blizzard is about to kick up, but she's about to bring down the rest of the Fireflies. It's just going to be flies. And ain't going to be no fire after Joel and the crew get done with them. After the little New Year's party, we knew that Dina and our girl Ellie, they didn't got towed up. And there was a little bit of a fight. But it's 7:30 in the morning. Wake up. Who is it? It's Jesse at the door. Now he's like, hey, you going on patrol with me? 8 o'clock. I like to be on time. Now, he said, I heard about what happened last night at the New Year's party. So she's thinking about her and Dina kissing. She was like, Dina kissed me, man. It wasn't nothing like that. I didn't make a move. Jesse said, no, I was talking about you and the old man that got into it. Yeah. Remember when Joel saved you? She's like, oh, that's nothing. He's like, oh, but that is messed up. So he starts teasing her, but he's basically telling her, let's go. We got to be at work at 8 o'clock. Jesse and Ellie, they're headed over to what we call the Monday morning meetings. These meetings right here are held just so everyone in the town know what's going on. But as they're headed over there, Ellie's saying, Jesse, I don't want to be on patrol with you because he's asking a lot of questions and it feels awkward because she just kissed his ex. So she's like, I'm going to go with Joel. He said, oh, man, Joel wanted to go with you, but he already left. He went on an earlier patrol. So it's me and you. And what's up with you and Joel? That relationship, it seems off. Now, what Ellie says is what we all knew that Joel was feeling. She said the relationship between them is weird, but they're always going to be Joel and Ellie. He looked out for her and brought her along and actually risked his life to save her and vice versa. So she still loves Joel. It's just she wanted to step away. You know how it is when you're a teenager. At the town hall meeting, Tommy's in here and he's just giving an overview for all of the civilians on what the heck is going on. Now, it's a little bit hectic outside, so we're going to be running some drills and it's going to be high alert. So what are the rules if you hear bells? Kids, elderly, if you aren't capable of fighting, what do? You go down in the basement, you lock the door, shelter in place until we tell you it's safe. If you are an able body, you grab your gun, you get your pistols, and you head up top to the second floor. Get all weapons. Keep your pistols on you. Keep your rifle on you. It's crazy outside. And make sure you keep the safety on unless you're going to actually use the weapon. We don't want anyone shooting themselves like Earl did last week. Everybody was in there like, yeah, it was Earl. Everybody know when you shoot yourself. Everybody know when you do something silly because everybody works with each other. But that's it. We're going to be safe. If you hear the bells, run. After the meeting and an awareness about what's going on within the town, we go over and we see the town bigot. Now, when they go over there, Seth is in the kitchen cooking. Now, Maria said she wanted to see Ellie, so Jesse brought her over. But she didn't know that she was bringing her over to talk to Seth. Now, Seth is apologizing about what happened the night before. He may have drank a little bit too much, and he felt a certain type of way. I mean, they were in the church, regardless to if it was boy, girl, 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 boy, boy, it don't matter. We in the church. Take it outside. Happy New Year's. But Seth apologizes. Ellie's saying, well, a drunk mind speaks the truth. But that's neither here nor there. She accepts the apology. Seth gets back to work. And I know Seth is over there kicking himself. He didn't want to do that. Ellie and Jesse, they hop on their trusty steeds and they head on out. Now, it's just up the hill a little bit. But we see Abby and she's sitting out here in the cold. Remember, she's on patrol. So she got Overwatch to see if anyone's coming out because the plan was to try to kidnap one of the patrolmen and hold them hostage so they can get some information. But while she's sitting out here freezing, shimmer me timbers, she looks down and who does she see? Joel and Ellie, because the horses are neighing while they walking. So she's looking, and now she's going across the whole mountain. I'm talking about a little bitty speck on the hill to try to keep eyes on this patrol. The storm is starting to pick up. The blizzard is really coming in. Now, the patrols, they all went out. Everyone went to their own different spot just so they can look, because word on the street is there was a herd hidden up under 7 other monsters. Now, these zombies, they just sitting up there, and up under them, it was 30 of them, a whole horde. And what they're doing is using the heat from the bodies on top and staying up under them. Now, every now and then, if they get aggravated, then they come out. So that's why the patrols are out, and that's why we're putting all the heavy guns all around the perimeter. With the blizzard kicking up, Tommy called everybody back in, all the patrols. But Jesse and Ellie, they didn't went too far out, so they won't be able to make it back. But Jesse knows a little spot that they can hide out. When they get there, they open up a garage, they put the horses in there, give them some hay, and across the street, it's a 7-Eleven. Now, when they kick in this spot, we looking around, and I'm saying those plants, those leaves look a little different. They look a little janky. Turns out there's some marijuana in here. Now, Jesse knows about this spot because his old patrol partner used to be Eugene, R.I.P. to Eugene. But they used to grow weed out here in the 7-Eleven. So while they're talking about that, Ellie actually sees Eugene's old Firefly piece, and it's got his name on it. And it's unfortunate that he ain't here. But if it's either me or you, then Eugene made the news because Joel was not playing around. Abby is still up in the mountaintop doing her patrol, watching to see where Jesse and Ellie went. Now, the blizzard is kicking in. She doesn't have a horse, none of that. All she has is her trusty left, right. That's boots, her 2 feet. That's all she got. So the fastest way down the hill is to slide. Now, she gets to a bigger hill, and she ends up slipping down it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And remember that horde that we were talking about? She stumbles on a whole bunch of zombies. Her clicker head is sticking out. And well, once she slid down, the zombies got activated. So they start chasing her, and she has to run down to a building. She hops over this wall. They chasing after her, trying to grab her leg. Rah, rah, rah. She falls up under a fence. While she's up under that fence, she's crawling. Once she gets out, one of them jumps on her. And then out of nowhere, bang! Joe shows up. Remember, he's on patrol. He left early. So he actually saves Abby from a zombie biting her. So he shoots the bow. He picks her up. Can you run? So they sprinting. They trying to get up out of here. The zombies finally get through the fence. They chasing them down. Joe already popped one, but he got a revolver. He can't take them all out. This is a whole horde. This right here is something I could probably have to do on my own, but Joe can't do it. Not right now. He ain't got the weapons. But they end up making it into this little room, and he slams the door shut. Well, it looks like things are looking up for Abby. Not only did she just get saved from the infected, it turned out it was Joel. Now, Joe and them, they're in the blizzard too, but they can't make it back to Jackson. It's too bad. Well, he asked Abby, are you bit? She's like, nah, he had that gun in his hand still. But she says, I got some friends up the hill in a lodge. We're storing, we stuck in there, we snowed in. Maybe we get up there. So with no other options, Joel says, all right, that's close enough. We can do that. Do your friends got weapons? Are they armed? She's like, yeah. Now, this is bad for Joel because he's walking straight into something. But for Abby, this is exactly what they wanted. Tommy goes down to the radio room. Where's everybody at? Everybody ain't checking in. All the patrols ain't back. We know Jesse and Ellie, where they at? They out and about. Where is Dina? Oh, she's out and about with who? Joel. So that's 4 people we got missing, and Joel and them are potentially going into a trap. So Tommy, they aren't getting anything. The blizzard is tearing stuff up. He says every 10 seconds, call, 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 put a call out. We need to get everyone back. We're worried about the blizzard. We're worried about potential hordes. It's a lot of stuff that could go wrong out here in the wilderness. Jesse and Ellie, they just been sitting around, just waiting for something to crack off. Well, there's a lot of weed here. She got a bong on, a gas mask bong via Jesse. Thank you, sir. She talking about, I'm taking this mask back. I'm taking as much weed as I can stuff in this damn bag back. Now, she even tells Jesse, one day you're going to be in charge of Jackson. You know, until that day, basically saying you can legalize weed when you get in charge. Ain't no one going to care. But the radio station is calling, hey, this is Jackson. You need to come on back. You need to come back. Hello? What you... Come back, Jackson. So they hear this static over the airways. That means they got to get back right now. And they sprint up out the building. Remember the pipe in episode 1 that no one actually got to? Well, right now they're starting to beef up security around the city. One man takes a pickaxe and he gets in there because he thinks he's just about to pull the roots up out of here. We're going to seal this back up. We good to go. But after he does that, he notices like some tentacles or something. He's looking at that a little sideways, like, what the hell? This wasn't in the manual. They were not supposed to be moving roots when I open this mug up. One of the worst decisions that are ever made whenever we watch movies or TV shows is the decision to split up. You never split up. There's safety in numbers, and it's just the smart thing to do. Well, right now, they're splitting up because they just got a SOS. So Ellie's taking the northeast. He's taking south by southwest. He's talking about, man, we maybe got like 30 minutes, but we need to separate and then try to meet up on the other side. Very bad decision, but let's see what happens. The blizzard kicking in, and Joel, Abby, and Dina, they headed out to the lodge. I'm talking about these horses are putting in work. Ain't nothing more trustworthy than a horse. I know a dog is a man's best friend, but right now, that dog ain't getting you out of this situation. Them damn infected about to do some infecting. But as this horde is chasing after them, we see them keep coming out of this damn horde pallet. You know what I mean? They're just laying around. But then there's another horde coming down the hill. And it looks like these 2 hordes are about to clash. We just gonna keep this sweet. Ding, 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 ding. The bell is going off. The guy in the watchtower, he's looking. The blizzard is kicking in. He's like, wait a minute. Hit the bell. Hit the bell. I'm talking about, it looks like it's a couple thousand of them. And this herd is fast as hell. They putting it. You think them horses is fast. This herd is about 5 minutes out. No visibility. So everybody's running around that bell. That means old folk, kids, basement, everybody else to the roof. The roof is on fire. I'm talking about you better be prepared because it looks like it's going to be a battle. Put the pride aside. All you hear is ding, 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 ding. They ringing the hell out that bell. And if you listen closely, I'm talking about the infected. They running about 45 miles per hour. The kids, grand folk, everyone get in that basement and be quiet. This ain't no time for crying. I told you, get rid of the ego. If you got any kind of weapons, get those weapons. Get upstairs. They got flamethrowers. I'm talking about they activating it. This is a horde that we ain't seen in years. We had a nice little 3-year period where nothing was really going down. But let me tell you right now, these mugs is creeping out. I'm talking about it's getting crazy. Jackson, hold! They start pushing off of oil barrels. I'm like, oh man, here it go. Now this horde, they coming in crash dummies. They not even trying to stop themselves. They just running straight into the damn wall. They don't give a damn what happened because one fight, one sound. Now they got the door blocked off with 2 trucks and a tractor behind it, so they can't push through the door. Now remember those barrels they dropped off? Well, they've been shooting holes in the barrel. Then they take these sticks that are on fire and they toss them over. Boom! I'm talking about the horde is going up in flames, but it's so many of them. They ain't even backing down. It's just row after row after row. And right now it's just going crazy. But I ain't gonna lie, Jackson, they put together a nice plan. Now this is a bigger herd than they were probably expecting, but this is a good plan. Remember, I said it's good for Abby. Don't mean it's good for Joel. But they look down the hill and they can hear the explosions going off. And you can also see Jackson, Wyoming. And it looks like it's a bloodbath going down there. I'm talking about fire everywhere in the middle of the snow. Now, Abby knows she's trying to get Joel. So she tells him, no. Let's just make it up the hill. Because if that's going down, we need to get weapons. We got blankets. We got ammo. We can help you. So Joel was already about to risk it. He said, if I don't make it, I just don't make it. But she's like, let's go up to the lodge. Let's get us some backup. But if y'all were stuck in the lodge, how are we going to get any backup from y'all? Y'all ain't even got no horses. That's going to take forever to go up the hill to the lodge and then back down. But Joel's like, she's right. We do need to go prepared. While Tommy and them are holding it down for Jackson, they start to look at the damn infected and they ain't running straight no more. And we see one of the big bosses come through. So these zombies, the infected, are getting smarter just like Ellie said. So they go around to one of the weak points. Boom, boom, boom. They start busting through the perimeter. Tommy runs back. And you remember all those fire flamethrowers that we had? Well, 2 dudes, they ran. So Tommy and another guy, they sitting out there. But this infected group is way smarter than we thought because they're not even just running straight down the street. They're breaking into all the little buildings. They're going up the stairs onto the roofs. I guess no one prepared to like look behind them just in case. Hey, someone watch the door in case these zombies start running up through the, you know what I'm saying? But hey, I guess you don't think like that when it's wartime. All hell is broken loose in Jackson. I'm talking about the horror. It just ain't stopping. Every time you look up, 15 more, 20 more, 30 more, 50 more. Where them 65 come from? Now, the big boss man, he walking through. And Maria's upstairs. And what does she do? Bow, bow. She shoot down him. But you know he can eat them bullets. You got to chop that head off. This infected is smarter than what we're used to. He looks up. Okay. They on the top floor. Tommy sees this and he runs over and he's trying to distract it. So bow, bow, bow. He busting it in the head, but it ain't working, man. These little bullets ain't phasing them. Oh, and did I mention that the ammunition's on fire? Tommy's supposed to know his way around Jackson. So he starts dipping out because Boss Man is chasing after him. Big Infected. That's what we're going to call him. Big If. So Big Infected chases Tommy down a one way. He's in his back alley. There's no way to get out, but he does have that flamethrower at probably 70 PSI. So all he can do is unleash the wrath of this flamethrower. Now, it's holding Big Infected back, but Big Infected, I don't know, it's different. It's fighting this fire off. So Tommy's scared as hell. And, of course, we're running out of that PSI because you ain't supposed to use the flamethrower nonstop. Little bursts. He letting that thing go. But he falls down and it looks like it's about to be over with for Tommy. And Big Infected, well, it ends up meeting its own defeat. No lie, at first I thought Maria was running away from the fight. Now, the infected, they all on the roofs. Tommy done already fought Big Infected. I'm thinking Maria's running away from the fight, but it turns out she's getting to the kennels. Now, remember, they did mention that they had dogs down here. So she opened up the kennel. It looked like 24 dogs and came up out of there. I'm talking pure German Shepherd. And they get to attacking, and they are all trained to go for the throat because we know with the infected, you got to get rid of the head. So we good now, for now. Joe ended up getting tricked by Abby. They make it back to the lodge, and everyone is cold as hell. Frostbite might be coming in, and we ain't trying to lose none of our extremities. When they get in here, we hear Abby tell them, hey, take care of them too. Joel is on the phone talking about, we need to be packed up in 2 minutes. We need to head out. If you guys are really here to help us, then let's do it. But Abby tells everyone, That's Joel right there. So they grab up Dina and they tell Dina, we're putting you to sleep. They took all the guns off of Joel, and he finally figures out that Abby and the rest of them are actually fireflies. The only thing is there are no more fireflies, just this group right here. And they're looking for you, Joel. The show only gets crazier for Joel because Abby, she ain't like everybody else. Abby, she has a vengeance. She says, listen, Joel, you got one time to be real with me. Then we're going to ask you a question, and if you answer it truthfully, then okay, we'll let the girl live. But we ain't done with you. And she asks, when's the last time you seen the fireflies? Now, they know because they've been tracking Joel. And we know in Salt Lake some things went a little crazy. So she says, where was it? He says in Salt Lake. She's like, okay, good. And what does she do? She picks up a shotgun and BOW! Right in Joel's damn kneecap. I'm talking about what the hell? I know Joel's really second guessing. Never pick up strangers. They go ahead and put a tourniquet and they stop the bleeding on Joel's leg. Now Abby comes over and she's about to give us some details of why they're actually here. She tells Joel, do you know how many people you killed when you left? Yeah, those fireflies, 19 soldiers and an innocent, unarmed doctor. Well, it turns out Abby was 19 at this time, and that doctor was her dad. Said Joel came in there, and we know what Joel did. Bing, bop, boom, bow. Just one shot to the head. Now, you know he did. And walked right past. So Abby, she's been saying, look, I live by a code. They taught us we don't kill anyone that can't defend themselves. And right now, that's you, Joel. But Abby makes a promise. I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you, sucker. Joel sitting down. He hurting still. Leg just a bleeding and throbbing. And Abby's talking about, ooh, I love what's going on now. I think I'm going to take this nice and slow. And then out of nowhere, you just hear Joel say, shut the F up and do what you going to do. Joel's basically saying, take me out. She says, you're not going to dictate what I want to do. I'm about to make you suffer. So she grabs the 9-iron, I guess. You know, I ain't no golfer. But she swing away. Joe was not expecting this. She torturing this man. And everyone else is looking around like, we came up here because of your personal beef with him. I'm helping Joel, and I'm going back with Joel to Jackson. I'm not about to be up here because what's the next plan? We get rid of Joel and we just live on the land? Abby up here going crazy. I'm talking about Joel, he's gone. And she just punching and whooping on him. Everybody's like, hey, Abby, chill. Abby, what you got going on? The whole time, Ellie's riding up the hill. She's following the foot tracks from the other horses. She gets up here and Abby's still going to town. Ellie ends up showing up. And then she sees Dina's horse and she sees Joel's horse. So she pulls out her gun and she's creeping upstairs. And all you hear is, Abby, stop. She opens up the door and sees Joel on the ground getting beat. Elle come through. She getting ready to fire off a shot. They grab her. She slices a dude. And they throw her down on the ground. And Abby's looking at her now like, who is this? Ellie's on the ground. She's screaming, Joel, get up, please. Joel, get up. Abby's still going crazy. And the dude is like, end it. Just end it. And Abby slow walks, picks up that golf club. It's broken off and right into the neck. R.I.P. Joel. And Abby, she said she made a promise. She said she was going to do it. While Joel was over there, R.I.P. Abby, she looking at Ellie like, yep, I did what I had to do. Ellie screaming, I'm going to kill all of y'all. I'm taking every one of y'all out. And old boy that she sliced up, he come and kick her in the gut. He had to get him a little get back. Ellie, she didn't get to tell Joe how much she actually cared for him. And she's tearing up right now. The last thing we see is the aftermath of everything. Abby and the Fireflies, they get low. The town, they're putting everything back together. And then we see Dina, Jesse, Ellie, Dragon, Joel. Back to Jackson. R.I.P. to Joel. R.I.P. All right, let me know what you think about episode 2 on HBO Max, The Last of Us Season 2. RIP to Joel, and that was a crazy episode right there. If you ain't played the game, you didn't know what was coming, but man, very, very good episode right there. HBO does a thing. Let me know what you think. Is Ellie going to be able to go get back on Abby? Or is Abby just going to walk off into the blizzard untouched? Let me know what you think. I'm J. If you like this kind of content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Hey, we on that road to 75,000 subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jamie on the beat, boy.